Hi, and welcome to my acoustic lesson of the month for June 2015, acoustic blues lesson. This month we're going to look at an instrumental by the great Reverend Gary Davis, and this is entitled Devil's Dream. I've heard many different versions of him doing this song, usually played completely differently every time. And so I'm going to teach you the version that I know, that I've learned, that I heard on a cassette tape that I got from Stephen Grossman's Guitar Workshop, and it features Reverend Gary Davis playing all kinds of stuff, but I've never heard this anywhere else. In fact, any of the CDs I have and other places I've never heard the song, although I did find it as an MP3 on Amazon.com, and this is the version. They do have this version on there. I can't remember which album it's from. I can look it up real quick when we get done here. But there's another instructional video, much better than mine. A guy named Ernie Hawkins does it for Stephen Grossman's Guitar Workshop, and he does a DVD on the blues playing of Reverend Gary Davis. I have the DVD. It's fantastic, and he teaches Devil's Dream, but he teaches kind of a different version of it. The basic part is the same, but some of the little fills and things he does in between are totally different. So I'm hoping this will be a different version of the same song. I don't want to copy anybody. The song on the acoustic guitar is in the key of F, which is very rare. You don't hear songs played in F, and if you did, there'd be a capo, and they'd be playing it out of the E position. But this one, sure as shooting, is right out of F. If you don't know, if you're just getting started with this kind of thing, to make an F chord and you're playing finger picking, you've got to do it a little differently. You're going to make your standard F chord, first position, first finger on the first and second strings of the first fret, second finger on the second fret of the third string, and my ring finger on the fourth fret, maybe even the fifth fret of the third fret of the fourth and fifth strings. And then my thumb is going to get my bass note at the first fret of the sixth string. Hi, and welcome to my acoustic blues song of the month and lesson of the month. And this month, June 2015, I'm going to teach an instrumental by Reverend Gary Davis called Devil's Dream. There are other versions. He does many versions of this song, and there's other guys that teach this and teach the different versions, but I'm going to teach you the version that I've learned, which I got off a cassette tape that I got from Stephen Grossman's Guitar Workshop, which had a bunch of Gary Davis tunes that I really haven't heard anywhere else. This song, Devil's Dream, though, on Amazon.com, they've got it, and I'll let you know the album name when we're done. The song is basically a melody part, and then lots of different fills and runs and chord things. Really cool. And it's not that difficult. And the toughest part about it is maybe the first part, which is played in the whole song is in the key of F. So to start out, let me just play the first part, and then we'll break it down and figure out what's going on. So this is the first part of the song. He goes into a stop time where he plays a fill, single string run, all kinds of stuff. One more time. And so what I'm doing over the one is I'm playing over an F and keeping an alternating bass going between the 6 and the 4. To a C7th, just briefly, and then back to the 1. And so let me show you what's going on, mostly on the F. Starting it out, I'm pinching the 6th string and the 3rd string. Now my F chord, if you haven't noticed this, I'm not playing an F bar, but I'm doing the same thing by making an F shape and then taking my thumb and getting the first fret of the 6th string. There's my bass that I keep going. Now as I start out, I'm going to pinch the 6th and the 3rd strings and hammer on to the 2nd fret of the 3rd string with my 2nd finger. Then I'm going to come down on the bass. And that's how you get into the rhythm and get started. And then we're going to go first string, and then my pinky's going to come down on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And then the bass comes down. with my right finger, I'm going to pick the third string. I'm in the F shape, so I'm not moving any fingers. And then the second string. And then come down again on the third fret of the second string. So the whole thing. Whoops. Tough part is that quick little pick from the third string to the second string. Whoops. And then we come back to that again. And then pick the second fret, or the second string, first fret, still in my F position. And then we're going to play it open as we go into that C7, which I'm playing instead of here. I'm playing with my ring finger, actually getting the third fret of the sixth string. So here it is. I'm just doing the bass, 6, 4, and then back to the F. And that part, you know, before you try to do any of the rest of the song, you got to get that down. And I'm not playing it perfectly, but that's how you do it. That part is probably the hardest part of that first part. It's a little better. One more time. And that's really throughout the song, he's going to do that over and over and over again. So you've got to get that part down. And then he does these different single string runs. And the way I'm going to teach this, instead of going through the song verse by verse, I'm going to break it down into some different categories. One is going to be these different single string runs. He has 3 of these that he does during the breaks. I'm also going to show you these little bass sliding, kind of far out bass things that he does. And I've tried to figure these out as close as I can to what he's doing. It's kind of hard, but I think I got most of it. And then also he does another kind of stop where he does these minor chord things. He does these. And I'll show you in context so you get it. Now the single string runs, when he does these, he does one at the very beginning of the song, one a couple verses in, and then one toward the end of this version that I'm teaching you. So here's the first one, and I have these tabbed out for you so you can figure them out. And so what I'm doing, I'm doing a single string run, and then I'm hitting the 1 before I go into the next verse. To the verse. So this single string run, I'm starting from the 3rd fret of the 4th string. He kind of holds it. And then he goes 2nd fret of the 3rd string, open, and then 3, 2 on the 4th string. Open, 4th string, to the C, which is 3rd fret of the 5th string. So the whole thing. Then open 5th, to the 1st fret of the 5th string, open, 3, 1 on the 6th string. So one more time. And he just plays it real fast. And then, right after he finishes that, he hits the chord. And you just hear it. It sounds like he's just playing the 3 fingers, the 3rd, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string. An abbreviated chord. He's not playing the whole with the 1st string in there. Just sounds like a choppy version. So the whole first single string run. Now when I pick that, I don't know how anyone else does it or how Reverend Gary Davis did it. I just use my thumb pick. And it's easier for me to take my first finger and pinch it to the thumb pick like I was using a flat pick. And I think I can pick faster that way. I think Gary Davis, if he uses two fingers alternating, that's pretty tough to do. If you can do it, great. Whatever works. And I play some Merle Travis stuff too, and I think Travis sometimes would do that with his thumb pick to pick out single string stuff, especially since he didn't have a pick on his first finger. And so that's where I got that idea from. Now later in the song, he does another single string run that's pretty similar to this, just a little different. So let me play this one for you. This time, he's doing basically the same run, but he's starting from a different spot, from the 3rd fret of the 3rd string to the 2nd fret, open. And he does the same thing on the 4th string, 3-2, open, 3-2, open. Winds up on the C, 3rd fret of the 5th string, 1, open, 3, 1 on the 6th string. So let's play the whole thing in context again. And then into the next verse. So there's two ideas. Now toward the end of the song, he does another one, which is a little different. And so let me play this one for you, and we'll break this one down too. Now toward the end of the song, he does another variation, another single string run. This time it's mostly on the 4th, 5th, and 6th strings instead of the 3rd string. A little more bassy. This one, the timing's a little tough on too, and I'll see if I can get it right. Whoops, start that over. This time, he does that. So I'll do it again here and try to get it in context, but let's just learn it first. So he starts this time on the C, on the 5th fret of the 3rd fret of the 5th string, open, 4th string, 2nd fret of the 4th string, and then 3, 2 on the 4th string. And he winds up on the C again. So fast, slow. Here's the difference. He goes 3 on the 6th string, open, 5th string, 1 on the 5th string, open, and then 3, 1 on the 6th string. So it's a little more complicated. But he does the same thing at the end. So let me play that through, try to get it right in context. The timing, when to start it, you got to start it a little sooner. One more time. Great at that. I'm working on this song to play it live, and I'm still not getting that part right. But that's what he's doing. So 3 times when he does the stop time, he does this the single string runs, and those are the 3 runs on this version of the song that he does.